Hello everyone! Today we are going to discuss many of the key features related to industrial floor scales, so don't go anywhere. Okay, so in the past on our website and on this channel, we've discussed industrial floor scales for sale and the various types of weighing scales that are available. And you probably know that we like to break down the floor scale market into categories. In fact, I'll put a link to that topic in the description. Basically, with floor scales, typically the heavier and better built the platform structure is, the higher quality the scale is. Most imported floor scales tend to be lighter weight, which makes them less expensive to ship over from China. Ultimately, you as the buyer need to determine what kind of environment you're going to be using the freight scale and what the expectations are. For example, if you're weighing a few pallets every couple of hours, then a cheap 1,000-pound capacity scale might work just fine for your needs. However, if you're placing 5,000 or 6,000 pounds on a large platform scale every hour of every workday, then you might want to invest in an NTEP certified scale that is built tough and designed to handle that kind of abuse. Another popular subject that comes up often when discussing large floor scales is the question, do you have any used pallet scales for sale? Occasionally, you may find some used platform scales for sale, but generally speaking, with today's imported floor scale prices, you don't often find used industrial floor scales that will cost less money than a brand new imported floor scale. Last but not least, you need to think about everything else related to the scale system. For example, do you need portable floor scales? This can be accomplished by placing the platform scale inside a portability frame. Do you need a battery-powered platform scale? Do you want an LCD or LED weight indicator? Do you want a stainless steel weight indicator, or is a plastic enclosure okay? Do you want a ramp with your platform scale so that you can roll a pallet truck onto the scale platform? Do you need to add a label printer to your scale? As you can probably tell, it's going to be a really good idea to discuss what features you would like in an industrial floor scale with your staff. Then contact your trusted scale company to discuss what you would like, and they can assist you in determining what is available and the cost involved. I hope this video has helped you. If it has, please do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching!
Floor scales can be found in almost any industrial setting. Factories, shipping and receiving, and storage facilities use these scales to weigh pallets. Today, we'll take a stroll through the features and options you may need to consider as you ask yourself, how do I select the ideal floor scale? When picking a pallet scale, you'll need to think about platform size and capacity, system features, and applications. Floor scales need to be coupled with a weighing readout, which can show weighing or counting amounts. You can generally buy a weight indicator as part of a bundle with a platform scale, however you can always upgrade down the road if needed. Popular upgrades or options include rechargeable battery, numeric keypad, or label printer. Among the most crucial factors to consider for a platform scale is the actual size of the platform. You'll need to know what the dimensions are of the items you are weighing. You'll need to know what the approximate weight is of the pallets you will be weighing regularly. Taking it one step further, a stainless steel washdown platform might be the best option if you'll be utilizing the platform scale in a food processing environment. And, often a diamond plate surface area would be much better for traction and security than smooth stainless steel. The old expression, you get what you pay for, can definitely hold true with floor scales. An affordable platform scale might be cheaply made with lower quality products, like lower grade stainless steel. One of the most useful devices for platform scales are ramps. Ramps enable heavy loads to be quickly and securely wheeled onto a bigger platform for weighing. Remember, we are just a phone call away if you have any questions about platform scales.
Hello! In today's video, we're going to discuss what NTEP means and attempt to answer the popular question, do I need an NTEP scale? So stay tuned. What is NTEP and do I need an NTEP approved scale are two of the most common questions that we are asked. NTEP actually stands for National Type Evaluation Program. The National Conference on Weights and Measures issues an NTEP certificate of conformance following successful completion of an evaluation of a device. It indicates that the device described in the certificate is capable of meeting applicable requirements of Handbook 44. Scales that have been tested and approved earn a certificate of conformance number, and all the devices that have earned an NTEP approval are listed in the NCWM website for easy verification. You can also see the COC number on the side of most scales. To answer the question, do I need an NTEP scale? Basically, if you're using your scale in a commercial setting where you are buying or selling based on weight, then yes, in most states you will need an NTEP certified scale. But it's really the smart thing to do regardless, even if it's required or not. You probably have come into contact with legal for trade scales many times. It could be at the butcher shop or deli when you're buying meat. It could be at the farmer's market when you're buying a bucket of fresh strawberries. Certification by NTEP essentially confirms to both the supplier and the consumer that the scale in use is capable of providing a reliable weight measurement. In many states, these NTEP certified legal for trade scales are checked periodically for accuracy. So I hope this has shed some light on what an NTEP actually is, and do I need an NTEP certified scale? And don't be afraid to discuss this with your scale company and your local or state agencies to discuss what rules you may need to follow for commercial weighing. And hey, if you liked this video, please do me a favor and hit that like button, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching!
Hello, in today's video we're going to discuss the pros and cons of buying light industrial floor scales versus heavy-duty industrial floor scales. This is a popular topic, so be sure to stay tuned all the way to the end. Did you know that floor scales are also commonly called pallet scales or platform scales? They are usually a 4-foot by 4-foot square-shaped scale that you typically see near the loading dock in a warehouse. They are often used to weigh pallets before and after shipping. Most basic floor scales are available in sizes from 3x3 to 5x5. The maximum weighing capacities for these scales is usually 10,000 pounds. There are larger floor scales available like 5x7 and 4x8. And there are larger capacities like 20,000 pounds. But all of those would need to be quoted for you. Just give us a call or email and we can assist you. For our video, we will focus on the 4x4 floor scale with 5,000 pound capacity, which is the most common size we sell. The industrial floor scale is a heavy-duty floor scale. Examples might include the BTEC Clydesdale, Rice Lake Rough Deck, or Pennsylvania 6600. You typically won't find a lightweight import floor scale in this category. Price ranges in this category are usually somewhere between $2,000 to $3,600. These industrial scales typically are built tougher with more steel and a thicker top deck plate. And, as you would expect, these scales physically weigh around 30 to 80 pounds more than light industrial platform scales. You often see industrial floor scales at locations that need tough and reliable weighing equipment. An example might be a metal recycling center. A light industrial floor scale is not a bad scale. They are simply not as rugged as the industrial floor scale. You often see the biggest differences in the weight of the platform itself and the thickness of the top deck plate. Price ranges for good quality light industrial scales are usually somewhere around $1,000 to $1,800. These are typically imported scales that are lighter weight but supported by domestic suppliers. These light industrial scales are often used to weigh pallets occasionally or for general warehouse use. So, which type of scale should you purchase? We suggest you choose the industrial floor scale if the scale is an important part of your business process, or if you're going to be placing over 50% of the weighing capacity on the scale very often. Conversely, if you're only going to be using the scale a couple of times a day to weigh 800-pound pallets, then you could likely be very happy with a light industrial floor scale. Finally, a little disclaimer. Remember, the prices we mentioned are just estimates based on current price information. These numbers will certainly change over time. We hope this video has helped you. If you're still not sure which scale is best for you, give us a call. Our sales department would be glad to assist you. Or you can visit our website, centralcarolinascale.com, to get started.
Hello everyone! In today's video, we're going to take a deeper look at two of the more popular floor scales in the market today, the Rough Deck and the Summit 3000. The Rice Lake Rough Deck High Performance Floor Scale is the industry leader for durable and accurate weighing. The Rough Deck is available in 1,000 to 10,000 pound capacities for legal for trade applications. The scale is also available in larger dimensions and capacities such as 20,000 pounds. The Summit 3000 floor scale is an economical legal for trade choice for a broad range of industrial weighing tasks. With a durable low-profile deck that fits well into many material handling environments, the scale is available in several sizes, but max capacity is 10,000 pounds. The Rough Deck features a heavy-duty industrial design with a structural steel channel frame. Accurate weighing is provided by 4 NTEP-certified alloy steel shear beam load cells and 20 feet of Survivor EL147 HE hostile environment load cell cable. The rugged diamond deck safety tread plate provides great durability and traction. The Tough Seal JB4SS stainless steel Nematite forest junction box keeps the elements out. 4 adjustable stainless steel Surefoot support feet allow you to adjust the scale for uneven floors. The Summit 3000 features a slightly more light industrial design. Accurate weighing results are provided by 4 NTEP certified alloy steel shear beam load cells. The scale platform features a rugged diamond safety tread plate steel deck and 4 adjustable rigid rubber feet to compensate for almost any unlevel warehouse floor. The Summit 3000 includes an ABS plastic junction box and 20 feet of EL147 standard load cell cable. The specifications show about a 70-pound difference between the physical weight between the 2 scales, with the rough deck being the heavier of the 2. To the best of our knowledge at the time of this video, both scales are constructed in the United States and include load cells and components sourced from overseas. Both scales have ramps available and pit frames for pricing the scales into the floor. The rough deck is also available with a portability frame that you can roll around the warehouse or that can be moved with a forklift. Which should you choose? If you're going to be weighing heavy items daily in a demanding industrial environment, choose the rough deck. It includes a heavier structure, stainless steel junction box, and a thicker load cell cable. If you're looking to place a scale inside your warehouse to weigh pallets in a more light industrial setting, choose the Summit 3000. It includes a lighter weight platform with a plastic junction box and a standard size load cell cable. We have a wide variety of Rice Lake digital weight indicators and Rice Lake counting scales that can be connected and calibrated to either platform scale. I hope this video has helped you better understand the differences between these popular floor scales. For more information, be sure to check out our website, centralcarolinascale.com. Thanks for watching!
All you want to know about a pallet scale. In today's video, we focus on pallet scales and discuss some of the most popular questions that we receive regarding these items. One challenge that sometimes exists with pallet scales is the naming of the actual scale. Customers refer to them as everything from pallet scales to floor scales to platform scales to warehouse scales. They are even called freight scales or shipping scales by some customers. What is a pallet scale? A pallet scale is usually defined as a platform scale that is large enough to weigh a standard wooden pallet. The size is normally 48 inches by 48 inches approximately. The capacity is usually 5,000 pounds. Are pallet scales accurate? Yes, a pallet scale is accurate. A standard industrial style pallet scale is accurate to within 1/10 of 1%. So if you were to place 5,000 pounds on the scale, the weighing instrument would display a reading within plus or minus 5 pounds. How much does a pallet scale cost? A typical pallet scale can cost anywhere from $900 to $2,800. That's a wide range, but it often depends on who manufactures the weight indicator and who manufactures the scale platform. If you're using a pallet scale to weigh an occasional pallet, a lower price scale might work fine. However, if you're weighing heavy totes all day long, we recommend you purchase one of the heavy-duty scales that are more expensive. How do you use a pallet scale? Normally, the way that customers use a pallet scale is by simply driving their forklift to the pallet scale and gently setting the pallet down on the scale platform. The pallet weight will then display on the scale controller. How do you calibrate a pallet scale? To calibrate a pallet scale, you will need to have at least 10% of the capacity available in test weights, a copy of the digital weight indicator technical manual, and ideally a licensed scale technician. How do you weigh a pallet? The easiest way to weigh a pallet is to place the pallet on an empty floor scale and the scale display will show the weight of the pallet. What kind of scale do I need to weigh pallets? The scale you need to weigh pallets would ideally be at least 48 inches by 48 inches and have a capacity of 5,000 pounds. It would also be an added bonus if the digital weight indicator could interface to your shipping software. If that happens, it will make shipping easier for you because the weight will populate automatically right into the software. Don't forget 4x4 5,000 pounds is the standard pallet scale, but we have all kinds of platform scales available from 3x3, 4x6, 5x7, and more. What are the best brands of pallet scales? The best brands of pallet scales include scale manufacturers such as Avery Weightronics, B-Tech, Pennsylvania Scale, and Rice Lake Weighing Systems. We hope this video about pallet scales has been helpful. To discuss your application with us, call 919-776-7737 or fill out the request a quote form on our website.
Hi everyone, in today's video we answer the question that many a purchasing agent or warehouse manager has surely pondered. Should I buy a 4x4 or a 5x5 floor scale? We'll discuss this next. Have you ever gone looking for a simple floor scale to weigh pallets, only to be confused by whether you need a 5x5 or a 4x4 model? You're not alone. There are many before you that have had this same question. This video is meant to provide a brief comparison while giving you confidence to make the correct decision when shopping for a standard floor scale. While the 4x4 floor scale is actually the most common scale purchased, the 5x5 has a slight advantage of being able to accommodate the full length of a pallet jacket without fear of rolling off the back of the scale. As we say with truck scales, trucks aren't getting any shorter, and pallets, by the same token, aren't getting any smaller. So if you have the room in your warehouse, then you should strongly consider the 5x5. With the exception of the additional surface area and the additional cost of the 5x5 floor scale, these two scales are identical from most manufacturers. One exception would be since 4x4 models are often mass-produced, manufacturers may try to use a thinner deck plate that is more widely available. This naturally makes the mass-produced scale less durable and exposed to more deflection of the weigh bridge, and that could possibly lead to more inconsistent weights and possibly even a shorter lifespan. Although they are less common, another consideration that might make sense for you would be a 5x4 scale. And don't forget, if you're looking to roll a pallet jack onto the scale, then you will need to have enough space for a ramp. For pallet jack use, most scale manufacturers recommend a 4-foot long ramp. So you will want to make sure you have the floor space for a 5x5 scale and a 5x4 ramp as well. I hope this video helped you out. Be sure to hit that like button below, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss another one of my videos. See you next time.
Hi, in today's video we're going to take a quick look at a floor scale, and it's a really unique view of a floor scale because it's actually upside down and it's a very compact size floor scale. It was actually custom built by a customer. So it's a good video to really demonstrate to you how to build a floor scale if you're interested. It kind of helps you see how you might troubleshoot a floor scale if you needed to do that. In a normal floor scale, you would have that junction box where you could actually access it. But otherwise, the overall layout gives you a good view of the floor scale. And this is one that a customer, I guess they built it on their own. I'm not sure what the history is, but it has some issues and they wanted us to troubleshoot it. So while it's in here on the bench, I wanted to take a look at it. It's flipped upside down so you can see. And the basic layout is what you see with most floor scales. You've got a load cell in each corner. So you've got 4 load cells. And then they've got the adjustable foot in each load cell. And then each load cell is, the cable runs from the load cell inside the junction box to the summing board. And that's pretty much the way most floor scales are put together on the underside, if you were able to flip each one of them over and take a look. And I wanted to, while we were doing this, I wanted to zoom in and show you the basic way that a load cell is mounted into the under the scale. You've got usually you've got some kind of a block here that's welded into the platform, a mounting block of some type, and then the load cell is bolted into this block, and then there's a gap here between the platform, the top, which is actually the top of the platform once you flip it over, and there's a gap between it and the load cell, and that allows for the load cell to bend slightly whenever there's weight applied to it, and that's how you're able to have measurement with the load cell. And then as you can see, each load cell, the cable runs from it and it's into the summing box here, the summing board, and then from there a cable runs from this board up to the digital weight indicator. And as you can see, they were creative. They just welded a simple nut here onto the underside of the platform just to keep track of that cable and make sure that it stayed under here and was protected. So hope this helps you out to maybe to understand a little bit more about the way that a floor scale is constructed.
What are the top 5 floor scale accessories? Number 1, weight display. A floor scale isn't very useful without a weight display that is set up and calibrated. There are lots of choices of scale indicators for floor scales. Choose from LCD or LED displays, plastic or stainless steel enclosures. You could also use a counting scale as your weight display. Number 2. Access ramps. The typical floor scale is about 4 inches high. A ramp can make it much easier to roll items onto the scale platform. Number 3. Protective equipment. Floor scales can be prone to damage from forklifts. Adding cable armor can protect the home run cable. Adding bumper guards can protect the scale platform from being run into. Number 4. Remote display. Sometimes when you're using a floor scale, it can be difficult to read the weight display. However, if you add a remote display to your floor scale, just about anyone in the warehouse can see it. Number 5. Printer. If you don't want to add a remote display, then perhaps you would like to add a printer to your scale. Most customers choose either a receipt printer or label printer. Print things like the time and date along with the gross, tear, and net weight. For more information on floor scales and popular scale accessories, be sure to visit centralcarolinascale.com.
What is the average cost range for a reliable pallet scale? A good quality pallet scale that is 4x4 with 5,000 pound capacity can cost anywhere from $900 to $2,800. That's a wide range, but it often depends on who manufactures the weight indicator and who manufactures the scale platform. If you're using a pallet scale to weigh an occasional pallet, then a $900 pallet scale might work just fine for your needs. For example, if we at CCS were shopping for a pallet scale, we would likely purchase one of these scales. The reason we would purchase this scale is the fact that we don't ship very many LTL shipments from our location, and a basic pallet scale should work fine. However, if you're weighing heavy pallets all day long that are over half the scale capacity, then you would likely be better off purchasing one of the more expensive pallet scales. The more expensive pallet scales are built tougher and are anywhere from 40 to 80 pounds heavier than the lightweight imported pallet scales. That typically means these scales offer a thicker top deck plate and better construction and bracing in the scale platform itself. For more pallet scale information and recommendations, be sure to visit